All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rekakodash. The double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rule well, peace, and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of this video is E is moving forward with his new world order. Right. Ultimately, I want to get, just touch on uh, a few things on my mind regarding this situation with this free um, grocery store in New York City opening, and the brother did a video on it about 20 minutes, and he also did a short clip. You can subscribe and be edified, Jim as Watchman, and check the video out, to get everything that he has to offer you. Okay, but I want to start off with this. It won't be a long video. This is Second Ezra 16, and the point's in 21, but I'll just get it from 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's the point, right? Because even myself looking at this thing, I'm like, damn, where's our free grocery store? Where's our free grocery store, bro? I'm over here in Florida, we don't got that yet, or whatever the case may be. But I can think about everyone around United States of America, that could look at this store and say, damn, maybe this is something that will, come all around, which it is something that will come all around. That's why you have 15 million cities, universal basic income, right? Things like that. These stores will play these type of stores, which you get into the video, will play a role in this devil's new world order. All right, verse 22 says, "For many of them that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, because we are living in an evil time, right? All of this is just, it's fake, right? It's not actually real, right? America can't sustain itself. It can't sustain, these type of stores. It can't sustain the New World Order. It can't sustain Trump. At one point said they were going to give you everybody like $2,000. You notice we never got that. Because America is done. America is finished. Our people are leaving the dollar, right? People are shifting trade amongst themselves. They're establishing a new world order, right? With just America not being ahead. And ultimately, what it ends in is war, right? So the powers can try to, decide who's going to be in charge of things, but during that time, Yahweh Shai can pull up, right? All this, we went through many videos before. All wars are bankers' wars. The people that run the money and things like that. Money is wars are a business. So there's a lot of aspects to what's happening in these last days regarding the money and the wars to follow, right? Who's going to take control? But we know and understand that no one's next besides the elect, right? Yahweh Bashim Shai. The 12, the 144,000, of course, King David, right, which would be the governing body of the divine kingdom to come. But yeah, so going back to this, I wanted to grab that real quick. But these devils are moving forward with their NWO. This is Isaiah 33:1. But before I get that, a thought of mine was that, if you look at a lot of these individuals that make water, they make these different inventions like cars, running on water or just air, or making inventions where um, You just pull water from the air, basically. These different things that are very easy to make. If you understand the elements and how things operate here on planet Earth, and this devil knows that for sure, right? And that's why we say a lot of times that this devil could have done a lot of great things in the world, but he just chose not to. And a lot of that is because they want to implement their new world order plan, right? That's why they have things like you will own nothing and be happy, right? And in total control, and 15-minute cities, and universal basic income, because they can do all of these things. They can make things better for the world, but they don't do it. And what they have been waiting on, which I speak as a man, is the this new world order system, right? When they have you chipped, and they have you traced, and when they give you a universal basic income, and now they can go ahead and allow these you just pulling water out of thin air, so it's cheaper for them to sell it to you with your universal basic income, or just allowing your car to run on battery, or whatever the case may be. Just like the electric cars, you know, it's also for tracking and control, but you also don't need fuel, to run it, you know. And mind you, you only can run those electric cars for a certain period of time until you need charging. So that could also go into controlling the amount of distance that you can travel. All right, they can set these things up where your car can only travel but so far before it needs charging, and the only charging you got for that vehicle is in your area, right, in your 15-minute city, and that's what they want to. They're headed to their new world order. Now, this is Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee," right? And ultimately, what this devil is doing is trying to move to this new world order where everything is bliss, basically, which we know and understand that he won't accomplish it, right? And the thing is, it's like I lost my train of thought. But basically, he wants to enter into this new world order, and we know that he won't accomplish it. But okay, so okay, I'm getting my thought back. That's why I always said, when I make my videos, that the plan that this devil wants is too good, basically. It's a good plan, but at the same time, it's a bad plan because he's wicked. He wants to give everybody money. He wants to control people. He wants to basically make the place. I would assume make it better. From you know what I'm looking at. But he's the wicked, so it'll be impossible because he's not going to stop killing people, right, harming people and polluting in the air and the food and things like that, and killing people. And the big part, which is coming out now in these files, is that he likes to capture people, take them far away from where they live at, and torture them and do things to them. And if you're tracking and tracing everybody, that'll come back to you. And that is more so the case, that whatever. I believe it more so because even now in the files, the Rothschilds are being mentioned, the Israelis are being mentioned. So these retarded devils are in the files themselves. So they're slipping. All right. So I know they was to continue and have this system set up that they think, is going to be, of course, it's going to be bondage. People are going to be tracked and traced, limited on what you can do, especially people that don't like when you speak against them, they're gonna cut you off and things like that. There will be no freedom. They really don't want you traveling, things like that. But in a system like that, it would be a better place. Maybe people couldn't, kill, so much without getting caught. Couples wouldn't be able to cheat. I would say, no adultery being committed. Because you would know, depending on what type of access you have, you would understand and know, or where's your husband, or where's your wife at, or where are my children at? What are they doing? And then if you got the computer in your brain, what type of content are they consuming? right? But ultimately, it's just we're not allowed to take that because we understand and know that it's Yahweh Bashkim Rashai uh, technology that he's put in the hand of these devils to test the world, right? And before that great 12 month, be happening on earth to tempt you to take that thing, and you just shouldn't. And ultimately, it won't work out well. But going to this right here, this is another reason why this plan, won't work, and that's why I gave you Isaiah 33, where it says when you when you cease to deal, which is that new world order, because now he's trying to make things better, basically. For him, it's his master plan to control the world, but things would be better, if he was just giving everybody free money, giving food away freely, and things like that. But mind you, it's still poison, it's still corrupted, it's complete out of order all around the world still, but it'd be a better type of situation. So Job 20 and 19 says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Bashmi shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. So this devil is about to achieve all those things that he was talking about. You owning nothing and being happy, being happy, 15-minute cities, total control, tracking, meals, you no longer able to just, eat excess of food. I mean, think about it. You got fat motherfuckers running around. This devil is saying, when you can't eat the things that you want. And for him, it's just total control. But for the people that's had liberty to do the things they want, some of this stuff for them is going to be like ordered, right? Certain things will be in order because of that. And that's why, like I said, I brought out Isaiah 33. But ultimately, the scriptures say when he ceases, then Yahweh Bashmi is going to deal treachery with him, and ultimately is gonna rain the fury upon this devil, while he's eating, and he's about to eat. And that's the point. And a big part of that is Yahweh coming back, right? And the men of the Lord getting those spiritual powers. Because another thing that the devil wants to do is trap up the elect of the Israelites, really all the Israelites, but he really wants the elect because they're the one proclaiming the truth from the scriptures that the devil hid. Right? The scriptures say the truth that been hid so long shall bear um, fruit. All right. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. I believe it's Ecclesiastes. Let me find that one. Just real quick. All right. Second Ezra 6 and 28. Sorry. It says Second Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Right. And that's starting, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, right, with him giving his word to his elect men to proclaim these messages, going back to Ezekiel 37, us standing on our feet. So this devil wants to come against us too. But the Most High is going to When the devil tries to do that, also the spirit of Yahweh Bashim shall lift up a standard against this devil. All right, and brothers are going to get spiritual powers, right? Jeremiah 50:21 says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy the kingdoms. Will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmel Shai." Right, so the Most High Yahweh Bashmel Shai can raise up 144,000 elect men, right, in these last days with spiritual power to do damage, all right, to these devils because they're about to fill their belly, right? And this store is another step towards the New World Order, right? Whether it be gradualism, presenting these free stores, right? People lining up. I can imagine Jacob Trouble intensifying, World War III intensifying, all hell breaking loose in the streets, famine, pestilence, and then they come with this chip and saying come to the same exact store and line up and get this chip to get this food. All right, just like this.
Hey, Shalom. I just done a video on this free grocery store out here in New York that I was telling you about. And this is it here. It's in the West Village. And as you can see, people are all the way lined up. Going as far back down to that block down there. People are lined up, as you can see. And this is how people are going to be lined up for the MOTB that we're warning you about. Like I mentioned in that in the video that I just done, very shortly they're going to make it mandatory for you to actually have digital ID, a digital wallet, which eventually is going to come in the form of the chip to access this free food. So remember where you heard it first, all right? And you heard it first with the men of GMS, beginning with the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and the men on down, through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Bashmel Shai. Shalom.
Right. All right. Reading that, had a thought. But basically, this is going to lead to the MOTB, like the brother said, and I just said. I can see all hell breaking loose and these devils, having people line up to take the MOTB in order to get that free food, right? In order to get something to eat. All right. But in the midst of that, World War III will be brewing. And, nukes will fly and Yahweh Shai will pull up. All right. Let me grab this Revelations 13:16 because this is exactly where it's leading to. All roads lead to the MOTB. Revelations 13:16. And he causeth all, those small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the name of his name. So as you can, let me grab it from 15. Revelation 13:15, it says, and he saw even the wicked, the one who rules the world now. He saw even the so-called white man, right? Starting with America being the hub, their strength, their power, right? With the Amalekites leading them, going all the way up to the banking elite families that run the banks and control your money. Says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak and call as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is going into a new world order, right? That is the image of the beast, the MOTB, which is the digital C-hip that's going to be implemented into your skin along with a digital system, right? Surveillance, tracking, limitations on what you can and can't do. All right, facial recognition, and all of that. Said, and he called it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So this devil going to call you to receive some type of mark, right, which is a digital device in your right hand or in your forehead, and that no man might buy or sell. If you don't buy or sell, you're gonna have a problem because you don't own nothing already. These devils run the world. Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. In some cases you're not allowed to collect rainwater, you can't grow your own foods, right? You're gonna have hard times unless you just been preparing and preparing and preparing. You got mad seeds and all of that, all land and all of that. It says in that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark for the name of the beast or the name of his name. And even then, that's why when you have second Ezra 15 and 16, where it talks about, men spoiling their neighbors' goods, roughly, paraphrasing the scriptures. So even if you have something, you will end up with nothing, and you have to go to this devil and receive his mark that you might buy or sell, so that you may survive. Because, then you have to die of famine. All right, but we understand and know that the Most High Yahweh Bashar will protect his elect, pursuant to second Ezra, Isaiah 65 and 13 on down. Going to the fact that his servant shall eat and rejoice and be merry. Right, drink all of that, have abundance. All right, so there's no need for us to take this chip. We just endure to the end. Have faith and wait on Yahweh Bashar. All right, so that's pretty much all I want to go into. Once again, just like my own, thoughts about how and why Esau has been killing these different individuals that come up with these different technologies to, create water out of thin air and these other, great inventions that these people do that will make life easier for people. Esau's been holding out, so he can probably try to implement his new world order and add all these things into it. When he gives you the universal basic income, right, in your 15 million cities. But the Most High, Yahweh, Basman, is going to destroy these devils in all their plans. All right, so call halal, Yahweh, Bashan Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Bashan Shai. Right, and Shalom to the whole elect. Lord willing, the video has been edifying. Shalom to the elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.